Sunday School teacher, I'm glad that you've joined us for our time of study. We continue in the book of Ephesians. We're looking at the lesson for Sunday, November the 3rd. Again, Ephesians chapter 5, that's where we're going to be. And we are talking about walking in love. The point of the lesson is this, that believers are to imitate Christ by demonstrating His love and His character. Ephesians chapter 5. So Sunday School teacher, get your book, get your notes. Let's spend some time digging in and getting ready for Sunday, November the 3rd. Again, the title of the lesson is Walking in Love. In this passage of Scripture that we're going to be looking at, Paul urged the believers to live out their salvation by imitating the Lord in their lifestyle. They could do so by demonstrating His love, His character in their words, in their attitudes, and in their actions. Basically, Paul is continuing to say, guys, here's what it means to live a Christian life. He's addressing the theme of holy living, and he just summarizes by saying we need to imitate Christ. The analogy that Paul uses in this passage of Scripture is that of light and darkness. So let's look at these. Ephesians chapter 5, verses 1 and 2, and there we see we are to imitate. He says, "Therefore be imitators of God, as dearly loved children, and walk in love as Christ also loved us, and gave Himself for us, a sacrificial and fragrant offering to God." So here in these verses, he says that we need to imitate God. In verse 1, Paul called for his readers to be imitators of God, just like a child imitates his or her father. He says in verse 1 to be imitators. The word imitator there is one who intentionally mimics or follows the example of someone else. He's saying that we should be a reflection of who God is. And then he goes on to say in verse 1, he says, be imitators of God as dearly loved children. And when he says dearly loved children, he's painting a picture for us of that father standing there at the bathroom mirror with the shaving cream on his face, and he's shaving, and the little 3-year-old is standing there right beside him with shaving cream on his face and a fake razor, and he's shaving his face, and that daddy is sitting there just so proud of how his son is imitating him and like him, and it brings joy to that father's heart that the little child wants to be just like him. And Paul is saying that we